Hello, beautiful souls. We're doing a quick video today. I just did 4 different light languages, so if you feel called to, please go check those out. The team was really guiding me today. Before I take my sacred bath, to do some light language, 4 different ones addressing astroparasites, thought form entities, imposter presences can also be known as like false light entities, parasites wearing masks, and implants around and in your etheric, astral, and plasmatic bodies. So if you feel called to, you can always listen to your discernment and always know you're receiving these for your highest and best good, and that your team is guiding you, your highest is guiding you, because you're ready for this right now. No coincidence that I was guided to do this. It's not something I think about ahead of time. It's like in the moment. All right, are we doing this? Yes. Okay. So if you feel called to, please check those out. If you're feeling like you might be struggling with certain things, and you can do your research. Please always recommend get curious and do your research, okay? To check out how these can affect you. And you know, they've been around a long time, but we don't want to give it any more attention than we need to. We don't need to give it any more energy or frequency than we need to. Just be aware. It's an awareness thing. Knowledge is power. Knowledge understood is power. Or sorry, knowledge understood is wisdom, and wisdom and knowledge is power. So this just empowers you more. Know that you are a powerful being, or remembering who you are. Okay. So again, if you feel called to, please check those out. Like I said, there's 4 different ones I just did. And we are in this full moon energy, the super full moon. I can feel it. I know you can feel it. There's a lot of purging going on. The sign is actually in Cancer. It's in Cancer today and Cancer tomorrow, and it transitions into Leo tomorrow. So you're probably experiencing some purging. Definitely purging. My significant part called me up. He's over in Africa, 5,000 miles away, and he's having massive purging. You might be even experiencing spontaneous Kundalini activations or clearing, but basically that's what the Kundalini is. When you have a spontaneous Kundalini activation and it starts hitting those chakras to cleanse and clear things that are stuck, it can get quite painful and uncomfortable. For me, I think my Kundalini, my coding that I coded myself was more of a gradual Kundalini. And some people, again, men or women, are completely different when it comes to their Kundalini. In the activations, you never want to force that energy, for sure. Like, you just don't want to do that. You want to be very gentle with it. And for my partner, it's more of like at the highest, the soul is ready to move it through, whether his ocean at the ego mind thinks so or not. So it's showing that experiencing more uncomfortableness with the purging and the pain and different things like that. And it's temporary, okay? But I'm gonna just always, if you feel the need, go check with your doctor. All that disclaimer. Remember, I'm not a physician. I shouldn't have told you. But most of the time, these symptoms and situations are not related to that at all. It's part of the awakening. It's part of the ascension. It's part of the clearing, the cleansing, the purging. Alrighty, so somebody needed to hear that outside the hearing that. And again, hold space. If that's a partner going through that, hold space and there's understanding. So in a channeled message, there's a lot of Merlin magic with the super full moon. All right. So again, manifesting, clearing, cleansing, purging. Like I said, we're water. We're mostly water. Cancer. And that's her home sign is Cancer. And I believe it's my sun, moon, and rising. I'm a Libra with a sun, moon, and Cancer, and my partner's the opposite. So it's quite fun when we are twin souls. So no coincidence that there's literally like opposites to that. It's just hilarious when I found that info out. Oh, my mind. It's always fun. All right. So yes, thank you, Spirit. I wanted to talk about this fun thing before again, this is just welcome to the rambling, scrolling conversation. You know, little story time. So I've mentioned Jeeps. We talked about Jeeps yesterday. 414 on the timer. So, like I mentioned, I've been having this fun time with my team. Like, why am I seeing all of these Jeeps? And you can look at the correlation. It's like a Jeeps, adventure. You know, I read all that. Go check that video on Jeeps yesterday. So I was out less than 90 minutes yesterday. I saw one today. And I was out a bit, but not long. Called to go to the wellness store, and I gotta talk about that too. Thank you, Spirit. Again, we're just gonna squirrel and have conversations today before I take my sacred bath. So anyways, I counted 10 yesterday. I was out less than 90 minutes for the whole day. And I, jokes, like I said, my partner's 5,000 miles away. No joke. And he's in a very impoverished area, and it's either walking or like moped, motorbike types. They very rarely do you see like vehicles. Very rare. So jokingly yesterday, and I said, I saw 10 Jeeps today in all the colors. How many have you seen today? And he said, ha ha ha, none. N-O-N-E, none. So he had a very stressful, long day, 13 plus hours. And this is usually, he's been working 12 and a half hour days, 7 days a week at this project. Anyways, just to have fun, our higher selves love playing. Our inner children, our highest parts of our inner child are loving this. We've had many magic moments in conversations. And yeah. And so he was walking and we were talking, and it was dark, so we just had a voice call. And he goes, hold on, I gotta turn the camera on. You'll never believe this. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And he flips the camera around, and a brand new silver Jeep just passed him and stopped in front of him. So long that he's like, can you see that? I'm like, of course I can see that. It was so hilarious and magical. I'm just like, you cannot. It's like chef's kiss to the teams, right? Our team, my team, his team, our collective team. All right. So it's like, oh, so perfect. And he's like, I just can't believe that. Again, this is shit you can't make up. And it's so much fun. And so fun. And so much fun. So much fun. Unfortunately, he got home and he started having these symptoms of, like I said, what I tuned into my intuition, he was experiencing a rapid or, what did I write down? Rapid, spontaneous Kundalini awakening activation. The serpent's rising. All right, hence all these symptoms that he was experiencing. And so when he called me this morning to let 7-Eleven on the timer is a number that's been showing up a lot for me. So you might want to check into 7-Eleven as well. Not the convenience store, the number. And maybe that is too. I don't know. All right. So basically I was getting ready to work out and Susie called me and he was heading back to get some rest. I instantly went into my my healing mode, my energy mode. And because I work with energy and Reiki and light language and things like that, I sat down and was able to work on some distance healing, energy work to help support, calling in all teams, calling all in the parties that are able to assist in this present moment for this, to help out with the symptoms and the pain and all of that was taking place. Very powerful. Like I could feel the energy flowing, goosebumps, all of it. If you work with energy, it's very powerful. And I sat in meditation. I think before that or right after, that's where I was asking like, what was this? And that's where I said, got spontaneous Kundalini activation, where some of you might be experiencing this, or some people around you might be experiencing this, because the people are waking up so rapidly. Like me, it was a slow burn. Like I coded a slow burn, like well over a year, 2 years, like slow burn. And some people are going to be waking up on a dime. They're going to literally go into bed, wake up middle of the night or the next day, and shit going to be just completely different. And the Kundalini activation and the spontaneous Kundalini activation is definitely correlated with that, is what the team says, definitely correlated with that. So again, this message is not reached you for no coincidence. There's information for you, either for people around you, or it's something's going to happen and you can revisit this video and say, oh yeah, I heard this. Any which way it is, 911 on the timer, it's reaching you for a reason. Remember, I don't land here for no reason, right? There's always a message here. And again, either that or you clicked play because you're curious, because you were guided to by your highest self, by your team, okay? Either way is the right way, okay? And you're going to be receiving whatever frequency and energy you're ready to receive today. Always for your highest and best, through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, and divine knowledge, always through unconditional love. All right. And again, this is day 80 of FreQSpeak, of sharing my real raw frequency and energy with a collective of 111 days. So I can't believe how fast it's gone. Okay. So just be mindful of that. These rapid awakenings, And these Kundalini, these spontaneous Kundalini activations are, you know, it's all kind of correlated. It's going to be, you're going to be seeing more of this, okay? So be mindful of that, whether that's you or whether that's people in your personal collective, is what they're saying, okay? And again, because we've gone through a massive initiation this past, this is January 31st. Again, all videos are timeless. January 31st, 2026. We had the, you know, a complete reset on the 1st. The collective got a reset, basically. Reset codes were activated, and with the 111 and then 1111, and then of course on the 28th it broke down again to the 111, and the 29th is 1111. So there's really a lot of, again, all the new moon in Cancer, or excuse me, the full moon in Cancer on the 3rd, and then Jupiter being to its closest perigee to Earth in the first 55 years, and a lot of cosmic convergence, a lot of cosmic, what's the word I want to say, team? A lot of cosmic convergences. There's a lot of cosmic convergences, activations, portals, downloads, upgrades, excuse me, resets, throat chakra clearing. My apologies. I digress. I squirrel. So thanks for hanging out with me while I squirrel. Yeah, so we're on the 31st. The fire horse starts on the 17th, so we're just like literally final stages of the shedding phase of the year of the snake, which was a holy hell, holy fuck, in the best way possible. Gotta have gratitude for it all, people. You gotta have gratitude for all of it. All of it. So, tomorrow's the 1st. We're in this Nara Shinata full moon, and the full moon will be in Leo, and it's a super moon. Okay, so there's a lot going on. Okay, and so we get through these last little bits, and again, everyone's at different transitions and on different timelines and going through different phases and stages depending on how they contracted and coded themselves. Okay, so have no judgment. No, don't judge yourself. Don't judge other people around you. Just hold space. Again, stand in your gentle strength. Hold space. Don't make yourself small. All of the stuff that we've talked about in the past few months, and just hold space. No judging, no forcing, no trying to convince. You know, like for my partner, I just held space, like I said, because I'm an energy practitioner. I'm able to work with that, thank goodness, in which he called me back, said he felt 50% better. And I'm like, holy hell, that's amazing. Like less than like 3 or 4 hours later, 50%, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming through strong. Is huge. You know, it's huge, especially for him. Any man in general. And these activations work differently between men and women, right? Awakening happens different in men and women because we're two different, okay, frequencies, as well as a spontaneous Kundalini activation, completely different in a man than a woman. All right, so we got to have that empathy and not judge on anyone's journey. Everyone's journey is their own, right? Okay, so on that note, got off a phone call after I got a check in to see where he was at and how he's feeling, and he gets back to his room and he has watermelon. Which he's been there since July of last year, and this is the first time he actually had watermelon waiting for him. So there's the magic, because if you know, I'm a watermelon freak. I am basically a high hold the frequency of watermelon at this point. There's just no joke about that. I live on watermelon. It's a struggle during the cold months because I can't get it as much or at all. So again, on top of the Jeep story, then he calls me back and says, you're never going to believe this. And he calls me back and there's a slice of watermelon laying on his desk waiting for him. Especially after he hadn't been feeling good and he needed this specific hydration. Remember, juicy fruits hold a very high vibrational frequency and energy that are very healing, nourishing, and hydrating. And you need to make sure your hydration is 1414 on the timer. It's more than you think it needs to be right now. Okay, so you need to hydrate even more. Okay, your body's electricity, and it's trying to conduct all of this new energies and frequencies, flushing out the old and to make room for the new. Okay, all right. What else did I want to talk about, Spirit? Yes. All right, sunstone. So some people might need to start working. Like I said, I've been called to by Spirit to get some bracelets because I wear these more often than not. I wear rainbow tourmaline on my fingers. Rainbow Moonstone. Do you see the rainbow frequency and energy? Sunstone. So these two came in for today through another channeled message to get some sunstone and moonstone to work with. Rose quartz, fluorite, not the shit that's in your water or your toothpaste, labradorite, and amethyst. So tap in and see, because there's no coincidence I'm mentioning that some of you need to work with these particular frequencies in these stones and crystals, okay? Rainbow moonstone, sunstone, rose quartz, fluorite, labradorite, and amethyst. And you can get them in bracelets. You can get stones to put in like the macrame necklaces. You can hold them when you meditate. You can wear them in your pocket. I usually, when I'm wearing a bra, I stick it in my bra, things like that, okay? Just don't forget they're there, because you take the bra off and the stone goes flying. I've done that before. So I was really called to get some rainbow moonstone. Gosh, I wish I could get the sun to hit it just right, because it was super pretty. All right. And you can see what the benefits and properties and uses are for these particular stones, because that might associate with what you're needing a little extra support with in this now present moment, okay? So what we are going to do is we're going to do, if you made it here this far, this is specifically for you. And you can write this down like I did this morning, so I can repeat it. And so I wanted to share this with my collective, the beautiful souls that join me and hang out with my squirreliness, my beautiful frequency and energy, flavor and color. As we are going to do some breath work, and we're going to just have a little intention here, okay? So what we're going to do is put our hand on our heart, on our solar plexus, prayer position, whatever it feels called you. I'm just like a hand on a heart. Usually it's my left hand on my heart, my right hand over. So you're going to inhale 3 times, nice deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Release everything that no longer serves the higher self. Inhale. Exhale. Surrender and release what no longer serves the higher self, known and unknown, seen and unseen. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So you can repeat this with me. I am open and ready to receive. I am open and ready to receive. I am open to the blessings that are already mine. I am open to the blessings that are already mine. I trust in the timing of my expansion. I trust the timing of my expansion. I trust the timing of my expansion. I allow grace to flow through me and into my life with ease. I allow grace to flow through me and into my life with ease. Thank you. So, like I said, go ahead and write that down and repeat that. Use that as an affirmation. I like to, when I come across these, to write them down to solidify them, and I will share them when I'm called to share with the collective, because some of you are ready to have this little nugget of energy, this ready to receive, ready to be open, all of this stuff, because we are ready to receive. We are open, and we allow, we trust, we surrender. All right. Know that it's already happened, because it has. Right? Know that it has happened, because it already has. All right. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to go take a sacred bath, because I've been doing a lot of energy work this morning. So when I went into the wellness store to get some bracelets, I was doing some energy clearing. I was called to go over there like now, get there now, not just for the bracelets, but I was needing to be in the space to spontaneously, as it happens, start sharing my light language, or like I said, the transmission of the light language, there we go, is wanting to flow through for the space and or the souls that are in the space. So I don't question, I just allow it to flow as I'm called to, and allow it. I don't get in the way. I don't ask what, why, or why. I just channel. All right. So thanks again for hanging out. I will see you on the next one. Love ya.